Hey there, how are you? I've been wanting to make videos about thoughts I've written down for years now, and I'm finally gonna do it. And this is gonna be rough, but I'm sure I'll get better at it because I intend to keep doing it. So I'm just kind of cracking the egg right now and gonna get started. So I want to talk about the way things feel right now. If I'm honest, and I believe most people right now work just not to be homeless, because otherwise there's really little reason to care in this day and age of slop and AI and subscriptions and gambling. The promised dreams the adults when we were younger told us seem to have been lies. They believed in the meritocratic nature of American society and pulling your bootstraps up. And we played by the rules. We worked hard. We didn't lie, cheat, or steal. At least I didn't. And no matter how hard we worked, it's always been just to keep our heads above water, it seems. So we escape into movies, games, social media, food, music, gambling, alcohol, drugs. I know I've had my struggles with that. And in desperate times, I don't really, and even as bad as it can get, I understand. Because at that point, why even care? If it feels like no matter what you do, you can't get ahead, why do you care? And to understand what's going on is to exist in a perpetual state of unease. To see life, more specifically, this American life as it truly is in 2026, is to face that reality head on. Some people are really good at smiling and going about their day, trying to look at the little things as good, and that is a good thing to do. But if you can be positive, it's definitely good to do that. Because, if we don't do that, what would be the point? If you looked at the news all day and social media, you'd be in a perpetual state of depression. And if we didn't have a sliver of hope and love, I think a lot of us would just not want to be here anymore. So we keep on, of course. And if you have a family, if you have friends, that's great. But I don't want to pretend to lie about the true nature of our existence right now. The system is rigged. And especially in times like these, I fall back into watching George Carlin, who was so right about so many things. And I've been trying to, peek behind the curtain since I was young. Many of us haven't felt right in this world for our whole lives. I know I haven't. Like outcast, unaccepted, and not built for this world. Angry at mass consumption and not wanting to participate in the performance. The performative nature of the suburban life, the performative nature of social media. And it's all a big lie. And it's been a lie for a long time, not just now. It's 24/7 attention lost to the algorithm. And we are fully consumed by it. And that is by design, to keep us in a perpetual sense of dopamine-induced psychosis, dopamine-induced stupidity. It's by design to make the next generation less intelligent and unable to critically think. Think about how people don't read anymore. Think about how... I think I read somewhere, there's kids in college that can't even read at like an 8th or 9th grade level because they're spending their whole life, especially with COVID, they're spending their whole lives glued to a screen. It's easy to do that, and I find myself doing it sometimes too, where I'm just like, whoa. And after I'm done, I'm like, I can't believe I just spent all that time wasting my time, and it puts you in a mental fog even. So it is by design, and I want to scream into the void because I don't think people understand what's going on. I think a lot of us do. It's needless products, needless attention, needless algorithms. And you realize that it's all performative, and the performative nature of American life, and the fact that most people bury themselves in this nonsense and consumption and greed, you can see it clearly then. By its very nature, the system is designed against nature, it seems. Not to suggest nature isn't cruel or harsh, but the consolidation of wealth and power is purely a human thing. The system is ritualistic performance, demanding constant motion, consuming and self-marketing, giving us very little meaning in return. I know I couldn't take corporate life that seriously. To pretend like anything being said and wasn't at the behest of the powers that be, like I really cared about the things that I was doing. Almost everything I've done in the last 5 years seems like a way to scam people, a grift, and to continue to make more money off our backs, and to get more money and extract more money from people every second. Rent, car, house, everything. And we think that we need it. We think we have to have those things. We have more than enough things. We have a surplus of things. But yet, the way marketing works, the way that grift works, is that you have to go buy more things always. You have to get the newest thing always. You have to have the car, the house, the phone, the shoes. Always have to have the new things so you can perform in this life to show people that you are doing fine. And how can we care, people that know, when it all seems for very little except this material consumption? The blanket over this, the cozy lie they make us believe, is the lie of merit, that you deserved your position because you are better or harder working. If you are not moving up, you're a failure. So in the corporate world, you must continue to perform and do this. The outcome of the homeless are deserved. The addict is a failure of one's own lack of will. The poor deserve to be poor. This is what they tell us. This is what they condition us to believe, and you spit it out and you believe it. If you are a good soldier, you will spit this out all the time. And the school system will not teach you the truth or critical thinking. That system are designed to keep the poor down, the middle class stagnant. And if you're a minority, it's an even greater upward battle against rules, regulations, racism, and outright inhuman actions. In fact, it does an amazing job of making the next generation even more unable to critically think, like I was mentioning earlier, that they can't even read. And they're going to be unwavering drones of this performance, of this play. And nobody seems to notice, nobody seems to care, as Mr. Carlin said so many years ago. It rings even more true today. The system's rigged, and we are part of the performance, and our labor is exploitation. It's been rigged for a long time, and it's painful to be aware of that. And when you're acutely aware of it, it makes it difficult to perform in it and do well in it because you can't shake it off. You can't not think about what you're doing is nonsense, and you know the truth now. You already know how full of it most people are, especially people in power. So you wonder, what's the point? I know that's heavy stuff. Thank you. And if you enjoy this, cool. If you think I'm an idiot, cool. That's what makes America great. One of the few things that's still great about this country is the freedom to say and do what we want, how we want, and our freedom of speech. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.